Hi everyone. Hola. And so the world's still turning. In a life where we're constantly seeking for certainty in a world that we've always known to be uncertain. And see, as we're getting older, we feel weakened as every day is a constant pursuit to strengthen our purpose. See, every other thought is this worth it? Knowing that you will always feel worthless if you never truly understand what your worth is. But the world's still turning. And so we post versions of ourselves online and let others decide what our worth is as if we were being purchased. And they say history repeats itself, so I guess this is just another reoccurrence. Judged on likes and followers and not service. Forget the person, forget the depths of their character, but let's focus on the 280 characters they've chosen posting to express what's on the surface. I see the world still turning. And even though it seems like I've been busy working, you're seeing updates of me burning the candle at every angle in the city that's always burning. That's why they call it the big smoke. And I'm not going to lie to you, I feel like a big joke, because I've been up all night hurting, past pain and trauma lurking, suicidal thoughts emerging. I'm chasing sleep just so I can live in my dreams, but I don't feel deserving, because this world's still turning. And I feel trapped in this web, and I can't navigate or surf through this net. Even I know Google will never give me the answers to what I'm searching, like how to lighten this burden. But this past year has been an accumulation of past lessons, and only now am I understanding why I learned them. Thank you very much. I'm gonna put that clicker down because I have no slides. I have that one slide. So I'm Jamala Osman, I'm 25 years old. That was a spoken word piece, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not an artist or a musician or anything like that. Like the host said, I'm a social entrepreneur. My whole career has been focused on helping young people access the corporate world, and I currently have 2 businesses that do just that, help young people have access to the corporate world. And one of them focuses more importantly on helping young people build resilience and focusing on building their well-being just so they can have long-lasting, fulfilling careers. So that's what I do. I'm here to kind of tell you my story because, as the host said, I was a bank manager, so you're kind of wondering how. So where do I kind of start? I'll tell you my story. I'll start in October 2014, so I'll take you back a few years. So it was late October 2014. I know the exact date. It was the 27th of October 2014. It was a Monday. It was the weekend just after my 21st birthday, and this wasn't going to be an ordinary day at work, and it wasn't because I was hungover. So we'd opened the doors to Barclays. You guys heard of Barclays Bank? In central London, and after 5 minutes, a customer walks up to me, and he says, "Excuse me, young lady, I want to speak to the manager, please." I say, "Of course, sir," in my most politest voice, and then I confidently walk to the manager's office. I knock on the door, I open the door, but I can't see anyone in there, just my coat and my bag, and I realize, shit, I'm the manager. Very, very, very embarrassing moment. But I felt a sudden sense of achievement and pride. I was 21 and a bank manager in central London, and then an overwhelming sense of embarrassment because I had to go out and explain to this customer that it was my first day working in this particular branch, and I forgot that I was the manager. So let me take you 5 years before that. So I was 21. 5 years before that, I was 16. So on the outside, as you can imagine, I was a confident, cheeky, mischievous teenager. But on the inside, if I'm completely honest with you, I felt like I'd lost the will to live. And I've only ever recently admitted this to my therapist, but my 16th birthday was kind of like a reminder to me of how much my life had changed and how little I thought I had to look forward to. See, I received a birthday card that year that said, "Happy Sweet 16, many more milestones to come." So I just kept thinking about those milestones, like those upcoming chapters, like my 18th birthday and my 21st birthday. And all I remember is breaking down at the thought of it. See, I realized people my age were looking forward to those chapters of adulthood, of freedom, of partying, holding themselves accountable. But the truth is I was already there, and it wasn't any fun. See, by the time I was 14, my mum passed away sadly, suddenly, and I was kicked out of my father's house, and I was pulled apart from my 5 other siblings, including my twin sister. So as you can imagine, going out into the big bad world with all of that happening, nothing mattered to me. I felt like I had no purpose, no hope. I was just floating through life with no ambition. So things just got worse for me. And a lot of people around that time were saying that I was spiraling out of control. I was kind of a bad kid. I can see why they call it that. But I like to look back at that period now, and this is kind of the main thing about my talk. I like to look back at that period now, and I see it as that was a moment of me spiraling into control. And here's why. See, back then I was waking up with the freedom to do what I wanted every single day. Like I had nobody telling me what to do. But yet I was so trapped in a cycle of pain, uncertainty, and fear. I felt like I lost my power. I felt like I had no control. So I did what everybody else around me did. We chilled on the blocks. And for those of you who don't know, the blocks are like the council estates, the government housing tower blocks. And we aimlessly and effortlessly watched the time go past and filled our time with nothing but meaningless debates and plots to get out of our situation. See, at that time, my friends became my family. And even though we were surrounded by so much violence, drugs, and all of that, we all wanted better. We all imagined a better future, we just didn't know how. So the hardest thing about that period was that I was a teenager living in the real world. I was going every day to school, and it was the world that they were talking about in the classroom, the world that they were preparing me for, but it was so different to the world that I was currently living. So my mind just wandered to some of the most darkest places. And I'll be honest with you, as a young person, I suffered a lot with anxiety and depression, but going to some of those darkest places was hard for me. So I needed an outlet. I needed a release. So I used to do things that I enjoyed, like writing music and playing football. And the thing about writing music, and you've heard a piece before, but writing in that way helped me understand my past. See, it gave me a vision for the future, but most importantly, it empowered me with a voice. See, I didn't do it for people to listen to my music, it was for me. Because in those moments of writing, I realized that things do happen outside of my control. And it's in those moments where I was writing that I became obsessed, literally obsessed with everything that was in my control and creating that whole new path for myself. And that's why I call it spiraling into control. And so the milestones came, but this time, no longer with the fixed mindset I used to have. I had the vision and the courage to pursue my alternative. So I left school at 18 with loads of qualifications. I secured an apprenticeship with Barclays Bank. They actually paid for my degree, my university fees, everything. And at 19, I became one of the youngest assistant managers in central London. At 21, I became the youngest bank manager in the whole country. I don't know ever, but at that time, I was the youngest in the whole country. And in October 2015, I got to fulfill a promise that I made to my mother. And I got to graduate from university, and I became the first person to graduate in my family. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, I feel happy, guys. So I no longer get sad or feel sorry for myself, because I realize, yeah, things do happen outside of my control. But life is so balanced, they can't be lost without gain. See, I lost my mum, my family the way I knew it. But I had the opportunity to develop skills, abilities, and perspectives on life that just accelerated my development. So I know that if my circumstances have the power to depress me, they also have the power to progress me. I want to say that one more time. I know that if my circumstances have the power to depress me, they also have the power to progress me. See, I'm trying to do this until my last breath. I'm trying to carry on until I've got nothing left. Because this life's crazy. So you will never know what will happen next. Because I still remember the day we laid you to rest, still hard to swallow. And I just prayed that it was heaven sent, and all that followed was this pain and stress, and now I'm feeling hollow. Thinking about the times we couldn't pay the rent, now I can't count how many times we had to change address, forever moving houses. And see, I never really found a home. Imagine the last 10 years, that's all I know, and I had to take a challenge because I could feel it in my bones. And you ask me why this happened, I don't see it. I don't know. See, I just see a pattern. Therefore, I just know I have to grow, and it's anxiety that I'm battling. I'm ready to go toe-to-toe, go one more round, because I'm knocked down but not knocked out. I've come this far, so tell me, how the hell can I stop now when I don't even know how to express it? more time when I write, it's just an essay without a heading, just words with no message, just a mess formed out of depression, and I can't hold it in no longer. I no longer know how to suppress it. It's like living with an infection that blinds your vision so you can't see. And then it paralyzes your tongue so you can't speak, can't ask for help. See, they thought I was standing, but inside I was on my knees. Was it hard to tell? Because I was dreaming in the day, and at night I couldn't sleep. Makeup masked it well. I was trying to quiet my mind. I was trying to find it peace, but then all I found was broken pieces and shattered dreams, because all that matters to me is just matter to me. And at some point I had to admit I was wrong and accept that they were mad at me. But in the end I was strong, and I was strong because I had to be. Now my inbox is popping. They heard I'm a manager. Now PR trying to manage me? Nah. How can this be? I can't allow myself to get trapped in this fantasy. I'm praying for better days, a happy ending to this tragedy. I have faith. See me, I made it out my hood like the great escape. I know my past ain't good, yeah, I made mistakes, but I'm trying to create a path, I'm trying to pave the way. And see, I'm trying to show these youngsters how to play the game, how to level up. Cheat codes, major keys in a major way. Cheap clothes, but being broke is just a mind state. Now the tide's in and I'm ready to ride the wave. Because I didn't sell through. A lot of times I needed saving. See, my past been crazy yet amazing. And back then we didn't ask, we had nothing, we were taken. Justified by the hand we were dealt, by the pain that we felt. We weren't asking for help, we were looking to ourselves. But see, we couldn't face what we were faced with. Contemplating your whole existence and then questioning why you're created when your biggest childhood fear is answering the door to a bailiff. And yeah, I was bad in school. And they blamed lack of parenting for my misbehaving. The truth is, I just really missed behaving. I lost discipline, I lost confidence, and everything I had was taken. And I don't know how to say this, and I can't even explain this, and they couldn't heal this, so I guess they lost their patience. And you can say I made it out. I was speaking to unleash, you can say I made it now. Well, we're on this journey still, but taking different routes and headed to the same destination. I'll be dead, but I won't die. I have to spread my words like they're contagious, because are we really living for this routine, wondering if the wages will cover the monthly payments, looking at your bank statements thinking life is just a different day but the same. I'll let you finish the equation. But multiply positive thoughts and then add a bit of courageous, because they'll subtract your time with propaganda dividing nations. Like, are you really here for this? Guys, are you really hearing this? Or when I speak, do I need to give you a second to breathe so you can take this in? Or am I going too deep like Hussein? Do you mistake me for him? He told me, Jam, if you're going to play this game, you need to play to win. Take that in. Thank you very much, guys.